Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. How the heck you're all doing? And happy heckin' Thursday, one and all. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome in sake of Destiny. How's it going? Happy Thursday to you all. We are back for a probably short stream, but I didn't want to miss this. So we are going to be watching the Silent Hill transmission that is happening today, like almost in according to this, in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, it is happening. So yeah, tonight we're just gonna be hanging out for a little bit, vibing, chilling, and watch the Silent Hill transmission. I'm excited. Let's watch this Silent Hill F. What do I hope for? That it's cool. That's basically all I want. That's all I really want.
サイレントヒルの情報をお伝えする番組、サイレントヒルトランスミッションへようこそ。
Let's not watch that with German subtitles.
サイレントヒルのシリーズプロデューサーを務める岡本元井です。
岡本さんと一緒に進行を担当する吉崎千尋です。
Thank you.
私もサイレントヒル1作目からこの世界を恐れ楽しんできました。
I mean, fair.
今日はプレイヤーの一人として今回のトランスミッション非常にワクワクしています。岡本さん。
I feel like they have more to show than just Silent Hill.
さあ、このトランスミッション、今回はどんな情報が伺えるんでしょうか。
はい、今回はサイレントヒル F にフォーカス。
Yeah, the focus is on Silent Hill F for sure.
このプロジェクトを発表したのが2022年の10月ですから。
It's been 3 years? That's crazy. Or I guess 2 years. It's been 2 years since they announced it.
することができるようになります。語りたいことは山ほどあるのですが、今日は新たなトレーラーを用意してきましたので、
new trailer.
皆さんにこちらをご覧いただければと思います。それではどうぞ。
Give it to me in high definition as I can.
シュウ君、嘘ついてるよね。騙せてると思う？
I think it's going to be interesting to have such a different setting for Silent Hill. Because, like, traditionally, Silent Hill is very much an American centric story, right? Going to a Japanese setting is very un-Silent Hill, but I do like that shift in perspective. Yeah, fuck friends, am I right?
きなこ？あ、ごめん。何？天秤にかける価値があるかどうか、しっかりと判断しなさい。
No, Pyramid Head should not appear. Don't let Pyramid Head appear. I want this to be wholly unique. The only thing I want to see out of this is fog. Darkness, fog, and the other world having a very clear, distinct feel to it. Also, oh, wait, is the other world gonna have a bunch of red? What's the flower? Oh, that's cool. That, you know what? If this is how the other world looks, that's sick. That's actually super cool. Like the idea that maybe the clothing gets damaged as she goes through the town. That's this very ragged look. Ooh, that was cool. Yo, this other world looks so fucking cool. I'm assuming this is the other world. This is such a cool direction for it. Oh, that's cool. Yo, classic pipe. Let's go. The pipe. Okay. Okay. They didn't show too much like actual gameplay, but
それではお別れを
I really like the
あなたが
vibe.
幸せを掴んでくれることを願っています
Okay. Okay. It's coming wishlist now. Okay, wishlist now. It's coming to all platforms.
謎が謎を生み
Okay.
そして恐怖が
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the
受
vision.
け継いでいるかのような素晴らしいトレーラーでした
It'd be interesting to see if the shift will be keeping the Silent Hill feel. I feel like that's the most important thing, right? If you're gonna make a new Silent Hill game, you have to keep that feel.
対象のプラットフォームは PlayStation
I think folks have been trying to find the essence of Silent Hill. Yeah, like
そして
that's been definitely the thing that's been missing from a lot of the modern iterations of Silent Hill. Like ever since like Homecoming, they've kind of been treading the line of what Silent Hill feels like. This looks like it's going in that direction. It somehow, despite being a completely new setting, it seems to have the essence of that. And I think that's really important for Silent Hill. Hinako was living her life as an ordinary teenager, that is, until her town is suddenly shrouded in fog and begins to change in a horrific way. Now she must explore a town she no longer recognizes, solving puzzles, fighting strange enemies, and doing everything she can to survive, in order to face the ultimate decision that she must make. This is a tale about a beautiful yet terrifying choice. Okay. The monster design too? They only showed like a couple monsters. But like, ooh, that's good monster design.
本作品のコンセプトは美しいがゆえ
Beauty
におぞま
in
しい
terror. I like that as a
サイレント
concept.
ヒルシリーズの核であるサイコロジカル
There's
ホラー
definitely something in
として
those
の
like
要素も
you see in a lot
従来の
of
作品から一転して
art
日
and a
本を
lot
舞
of
台にし
works of
和の
fiction.
テイ
There's
ストを
a
前
there
面に
there
押
can
し
be a
出した
beauty
挑
in
戦的な
horrific
作品となり
themes
ます
and horrific
日本の
ideas.
ホラーの
There's
一つの
this
特徴は
this
美しさの中に
twisted
おぞま
sense
しさ
of
が宿っていること
that
です
concept at
美しい
display,
も
and I
の
think
は
that's a
美し
cool
すぎ
idea
る
to
がゆえ
go
にとてつ
for,
もなく恐ろしいものでもあります
especially because traditional
プレイヤー
Japanese
は
settings
一
can
人
be
の
very
女性の人
beautiful in
生
their
を
own
通し
way.
て美しくもおぞましい選択をしていくことに
Also,
なりま
having
す
a female lead is cool. You know, Silent Hill is a sausage fest for the most part, so I
日
welcome a
本なら
female
ではの
lead.
ホラーを追求しているというのが本当ひしひしと伝わってくるんですけれども美しくも
Og,
望ましい
Otherworld,
選択
Abominations,
どんなこと
Twist
が考えら
Horrors,
れるんでしょうか
Eternal Terror, character
まさにそれが
struggle
この作品のテーマになっています
represented by
の
the
で
Otherworld and
美しさ
its
とお
monsters,
ぞ
and
ま
it
しさ
seems
を
to be
共
hitting
存
those
する
marks. It
様をぜ
does.
ひ
It
体
does
験して
seem
いた
to
だ
be.
ければと思い
Without
ます
knowing much about
あ
the
りがとうござい
story,
ます
obviously, like the
それでは
concept
ここから
is
は
pretty
サイレントヒル F の魅力を
basic,
より深掘
like
りして
to
いくた
get
めに
into, but
ゲ
it's
スト
it's
の
still
方
a
に
good
お越しいただ
hook.
きましょう今回ストーリーを担当されているこの
Like I
方
think
で
the
すどうぞ
concept that they're going with is a really interesting idea.
よろしくお願いします
Also, this Otherworld looks
竜騎士
fucking
07さん
sick.
ですよろしくお願いいたします
よろしくお願いします。
さあ岡本さん
I
竜騎士さんといえば
love-
日暮らしの泣く
I
鬼
love
など
that we're gonna make
数
the
々の
Otherworld
作品を世に
not
送り
be
出されていま
just
すが今回
rusted hell like the movies, like every other Silent Hill game that kind of comes after like Homecoming. Like the Otherworld feels very unique in this. The flowers fungus for the Otherworld is awesome. It's an awesome design choice. I'm really excited to see.
多くのファンが考察を楽しんでいるコンテンツです。
I'm really excited to see how that is integrated into the story with the character. Also, cool choice for writing. I don't know too much about Higurashi as a series, but I know it's very well liked and well received. This is cool though. I am glad that they wanted to go to somebody that is very familiar in horror. Not to say that that Konami can't get their own script writers that could write a good Silent Hill game. I just think it's a cool idea to approach somebody else that could bring a new perspective in. Because the biggest problem with a lot of Silent Hill games in modern memory is that they kind of look back on the past and they aren't willing to do new things with the franchise. Like you see it in Origins, you see it in Homecoming, you see it in Downpour. They feel like they need to be related to Silent Hill 2, to Silent Hill 3, to even Silent Hill 4. With Silent Hill 4, from what I understand, is very different from even 2 and 3. But I think being able to take the franchise in a different direction is actually very healthy for it, while keeping those core elements of what makes Silent Hill Silent Hill. Silent Hill is a setting. That is true. That is very true. Damn. It's a physical, yo, it's a physical place? Damn, I would never thought of that.
そしてもう
It's
一つは
so true.
登場人物たちの心の闇とか罪とか、あるいはそういったわだかまり葛藤、そういったものを
It's a physical place, but it does have that manifestation of characters and their psychological
2つの
battles.
面があったわけなんですよね。この前者でなく後者がサイレントヒルだとであると考えたならば、サイレントヒルは成立するんではないかと考えるに至った
Yeah, like
わけです。
I don't necessarily think you need Silent Hill to be the same distinct town every single time, especially if you're not trying to make it a related story, right? I feel like Silent Hill is more of an idea than a physical place that needs to be painstakingly recreated every time.
不幸な目に遭ってるだけではなく、
And a female protagonist is a great decision. Heather Mason is one of the coolest protagonists that I've seen in Silent Hill so far. You know, Harry Mason, I love him. He's kind of just a one-note character. Have you seen my daughter? Cheryl? 7-year-old? Brown hair? This tall? Yes, Harry. No one's seen your daughter. Oh, it's based on a real location. That makes sense.
ゲロ市金山町という場所をモデルにしています。ゲロ市金山町に実際にスタッフが行って、そこで写真を撮って。
Yo, this place is gonna get some booming freaking tourism after this game comes out. This is like the biggest shout out to a rural town you could possibly give. People are gonna fucking flood to this.
いや、こうしてみると確かにゲロ市金山町の実際の場所がこのゲーム内で再現さ
Oh
れ
yeah,
て
no,
いるという
it's been
のが
really
よく分かっ
recreated.
てくるわけなんですけれども。
You know what? I actually really like that idea because a Japanese rural town has such a unique, distinct feel. It is so different than an American town. Right? I think I think the idea of introducing it to a new audience like that is really cool.
ケラさんからコメントが届いているのでご紹介いたしましょう。
I love the Silent Hill series and have been a big influence on me. In particular, I'm constantly remembering Silent Hill 2, the messages on the wall, the music, the monster design. When it came to Silent Hill F and bringing the setting to Japan, we had to come up with something that felt just a little different, and I had to really think about how to get that feeling. The monster design were the hardest. I had to consider everything that comes into Silent Hill before, figure out how to take this game in a different direction, and still be Silent Hill. It might not be the exact same blood-smeared, rusty scenery, but I'm hoping you find... Okay, yeah. So it's exactly this artist, exactly what I was thinking. It's the idea of still being Silent Hill, but taking it in a new direction and trying to capture that feeling, but not just be a rehash of the same idea. It's nature being oppressive. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. That's a good point. I feel like that's almost the vibe they're going for in a sense. The design feels like its nature is coming, is overtaking the world, like the town itself. I think like a new artist too is a really good idea. Yeah, some of the monster designs that we've seen look really cool. Like that first one, I'll look over the trailer again once this is done. I'll once again. Oh my god, the multi-head monster thing was boss. Oh yeah, that thing was cool.
さらに新たな場所へとやってまいりました。皆様こちらの雰囲気伝わっていますか？我々の背後にはそうこの狐の像が
You know, they did not announce a release date. I wonder if they'll have a release date for this. They said you could wishlist it, so that makes me think it might be this year. This would be really cool if we could actually get to play this on release.
コンポーザーの山岡明さんです。どうぞ。山岡さんよろしくお願いいたします。
Oh.
よろしくお願いします。
Yo.
さあ山岡さんは昨年リリースのサイ
Yo, they brought back the goat.
これまでもサイレントヒ
They
ル
brought
シリ
back
ーズ
the
で
goat.
数多くの楽曲を
He's here. Oh my god.
本作ではどのように参加されているんでしょうか。
Oh my god.
今回は
You know it's gonna be a banger soundtrack now.
世界の方の音楽を担当させていただいてます。僕も四半世紀以上にわたってサイレントヒルの最初の作品から携わらせてもらってて、今回こういうオリジナル新しい作品でやれることに本当に嬉しく。
One more special guest.
表世界のサウンドは山岡さんに、裏世界は稲毛健介さんに担当していただい
Oh,
ています。
so we have a different
稲毛さんも数多くの
composer
ゲーム音楽を手掛けたベテランの方です。
for
さ
the
あ
other
本
world
日
music.
稲毛さん
Interesting.
からもコメントをいただいておりますので、私からご紹介させていただきます。
I don't know
初
who
めて
this
サイレント
composer
ヒル
is.
シリーズの作
The
品を
first time I
プレイ
played
したの
Silent
は
Hill was
20
about
年も
20
前
years
のこと。
back. I was extremely
そん
honored
な
to have been
歴史あ
offered
る
a
タイ
great
トルの
opportunity
最
for a
新
series
作
of
に
tech
関わらせて
history.
いただき
I was in charge of
大
composing the
変
music
光
for
栄
the
です。
other world, known in this game
私
as
は
the
裏
Dark
世界である
Shrine.
闇の
I've
社殿
composed
の音
music
楽
for
を
an
担当しま
unsettling
した。
yet beautiful world that
神
sees
社をモチーフ
uses
とした 美しくも不気
imaginary
味な世界を
uses
雅
imaginary
楽
from
の音色と
shrines,
アンビエントな
blending
心
ancient
情で
Japanese
描いていま
court
す。
music with ambient
主
echo.
人公の苦悩、
I wove in various techniques that will connect the player to the protagonist's agony,
その他
internal
様々な
conflict,
思い
fear,
が
and
プレイ
other
ヤーと
emotions.
交差す
I
る
hope
よ
you
う
to
多様
experience
な
it
仕掛けを
yourself
施
in
し
the
ました。
game.
ぜひゲーム中で
I
体
think
験してみてください。
I think they're playing a bit of it in the
とのことです。
background. I'd really like to hear the
元
full
々さん、こ
track.
ちらのコメントを受けていかがですか？
はい。本作のサウンドは山岡さんにオリジネーターとして参加していただいて、サイレントヒルらしい本質的な音楽を作っていただいてます。
We have
一方
an
で
old age composer to bring a very aesthetic Silent Hill feel to it, and a brand new composer to bring this new edge to help drive the story, the world of Silent Hill out in a new direction as well, to really hammer that idea home. I like it. I like what they're going for here. It looks cool. It looks cool. This feels promising. I want to say it will be promising. I really hope it's good.
西洋を舞台にしながらも日本のエッセンスっていうなかなか
Yeah,
なん
you,
ですかね
that's
なかなかもう
fair.
個性的
I feel like yeah,
これが個性
it's
に
Silent Hill is very much is a Japanese take on American. Like if we look at the origination of what Silent Hill is, Silent Hill was mainly meant to be a competitor to Resident Evil. And Resident Evil feels very American in a way with a Japanese twang to it. It definitely loses as it gets older as a franchise, right? It still has that. Like Resident Evil 4, for example, is very much a Japanese game, but it's like the American version of, it's like the Japanese view of what American cool shit would be, and it works for it. Silent Hill feels very Japanese, even though it's very much set in American. So it has this weird disconnect when you're like playing it, because it's you're set in a familiar setting, at least for someone like myself or an actual American, but it feels very different. I feel like going the full Japanese direction is a good idea. Hi, editor's note here. I wanted to explain my actual thoughts a little bit more clearly, because in the live stream, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Basically, what I was trying to say was that Resident Evil, as a good example, is a game that has a very specific American feel to it. It's an interpretation of what a Japanese person sees when they just see American bullshit, which is basically what I said. Silent Hill, on the reverse, has a very Japanese-styled horror to its development. It feels very Japanese at its core. In the way that the horror is told, it's not like how an American horror story would typically be told. It feels Japanese in a sense of it's what the horror is trying to portray. Even though everything is based on American and European folklore and bits and pieces of information, even though the town is someplace in the US, the most important thing is that horror is mainly and predominantly very much influenced by things that come out of Japan. A good example is look at a horror movie like The Ring versus most American horror movies. There's a very clear difference in the two, and I would say that Silent Hill traditionally leans more heavily towards things like The Ring than it does, say, Halloween. That's all I wanted to say. I look forward to comparing and contrasting with Fate. You know what? That's what I was thinking. When I was watching the trailer, I was like, you know what this is kind of reminding me of? It's kind of reminding me of Fatal Frame. Like, especially Fatal Frame 2, because 2 is set in a Japanese village, right? I've seen a good amount of Fatal Frame 2, so like I know more about that game. But like the essence of Fatal Frame 2, like I'm really curious to see where, or like Siren, Forbidden Siren. There's another franchise. I've never played Forbidden Siren, but I've seen a lot about it, and that was like the OG a lot of OG Team Silent members making a studio and making their own version of Silent Hill, essentially. But that's set in a Japanese village. So, really interested to see how like some of these more Japanese-focused survival horror games and how they compare to something like this that's going in that direction for the first time, really.
岡本さん、ズバリその挑戦の自信。I'm
very excited about it. I'm very excited about it. I don't want a rehash. It was my biggest complaint when I played through Silent Hill Origins. Silent Hill Origins is a rehash of a better game. And then I know Homecoming's going to be a rehash of a better game. Downpour is going to be a rehash of a better game. That's kind of the biggest problem I have with Silent Hill and how it's been going over the past couple of years. It feels like it's just rehashing better games. Even in a lot of ways, but like without knowing too much about remake, Silent Hill 2 remake is in fact just a rehash of Silent Hill 2. It's a remake of Silent Hill 2, right? So even if that game is fantastic, it's still just been playing off the heels of the classic. Yeah, you really went all out. Yeah, I feel like this is a team that understands. Like this feels like a team that understands the mission here. We're making a Silent Hill game. We're making a game into a franchise that has, for a long time now, been struggling, and it needs a direction. It needs a powerful pull forward. Silent Hill 2 Remake's a good step forward, but it's still just retreading old ground. We need something new and exciting, and I feel like that's kind of been the goal, but keeping it in that same regard, and I really like what they're going for.
他の登場人物が投げかけてくる謎めいたセリフが後にこう
You know what? That's a good. I think that's a cool idea. That's kind of like the thing, right? Because when you play through Silent Hill, like Silent Hill 1 or 2, or even or like 3, you know, any Silent Hill game really. There's always this underlining thing where it's like characters will say things, and the story will progress in a way where, as you play through, those things from earlier on do start to connect and make sense. They're kind of that foreshadowing that plays out really early on in very obscure ways. But it's really cool to piece together the story from those things because it's really the player has to infer the narrative, right? I think that's kind of the coolest part about Silent Hill is, and the reason why people still talk about it to this day is while there's a concrete narrative that happens, there's a lot of interpretation that also happens. And I feel like that player interpretation adds to the narrative. So I think as long as they kind of understand that when they're making their narrative, that will lead to the overall narrative being really well done.
サイレントヒルらしさについて様々なご意見が出るだろうと思っています。そしてサイレントヒルシリーズの今後にとって重要なものになるだろうと。
If you can put out Silent Hill Homecoming into the world, and that is an official entry into the series, even if this is not Silent Hill-like, you know what? It's still probably going to be better than that game. You know what? You passed the bar of absolute dog shit that is Homecoming. Listen, you are set. You have at least made a game better than Homecoming. That's the important thing. I do like how they, I do like all the developers here, how they're talking about, really trying to preserve the identity of Silent Hill and taking it into that new direction. I think that is a really good thing to kind of reassure people on, because I'm sure a lot of people are worried about that. Please no microtransactions. Oh, it's trying. Please no microtransactions. It's Silent Hill. I think Blooper did it right. You know, don't do microtransactions. Just make a game. Dungeon was a flaming shit show. No, it's a bad. That's a bad. You know what? That's bad. Cruelties of life through the young woman.
今回こうして新しい情報をお届けすることができて嬉しく思っています。
I do really like the concept of like I criticized it when I was playing through Parasite Eve, or Third Birthday, I mean, how I didn't like how Kloqdq deteriorating was like in that game, because I find that weird. I find it not. I don't like how that sexualizes the character in this. I like it here because it feels like, in the sense of it puts a physical representation of characters' trauma and the horrors they're going through in the game, right? I think it adds a physical view at it, because when you look at James Sunderland looks the fucking same from start to finish, right? Here, she literally looks like she is going through hell, and I feel like if the game progresses, you see this happening as it happens, it really adds to that, like, oh, she is going through shit, and you can tell. I think it's a cool. I think it's a cool visual device that horror has kind of been doing with more female characters. All right, that was cool. It was cool. You know what? I'm excited. I'm excited. You know what? They have left me carefully optimistic and hopeful. Considering it's Konami, you really have to be careful. People are. The first thing I see in that is what a waste of time. I feel it's probably Silent Hill 2 fans really upset they didn't get DLC for their Silent Hill 2 game. Born from a wish. Yeah. Yeah, the Silent Hill F was the friends we made along the way. Dick. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm very hopeful that game will be good. Please let it be good. I just want Silent Hill fun, exciting. This is the page. This is the screenshots that they have given us. I really like the atmosphere here. I really like the atmosphere. I think it's a really cool setting, because like the thing is, Silent Hill, the town itself is very generic in a lot of ways. And I feel like, well, it does have a distinct feeling to it, a feel to it. One of the things that I said about Silent Hill 1, and I'll still hold on to this, Silent Hill 1's town is so fucking wide open for the most part. It's kind of insane. It's not very scary when the roads are like this fucking wide. You know what I mean? Like, the roads in Silent Hill 1 are massive. That game is still fucking really good at setting a vibe. Silent Hill 2 does it by adding things into a more claustrophobic feeling, and 3 does take that in the same sort of direction. So I like the idea of a Japanese town. It feels very cramped, very tight. You know, these kind of streets, they aren't really meant for like big cars. There are a lot of walking paths. I feel like that would add to a sense of traverse. Like during traversal, it will add a lot to its atmosphere and its mood that I really like, and I am liking the direction. Very pretty setting. I definitely see what they're going for. They're going for the horror, the beauty in horror. Like this just looks cool. I love the Japanese temple settings. I love this dilapidated house, like these townhouses, and they have the bridge that walks over the water. Like that feels like that's gonna be so fucking scary when you're in the overworld and you're trying to explore. This fucking image, this monster here, I need to see the trailer because the way it moved was fucking great. Yeah. No, this looks cool. Like every image I've seen of this looks really good. Like this other world, like the fungus or almost like pulsating fleshy mass. Like it's grotesque, but then it has these flowers blooming off of it. It's really cool. I love this shrine area with the two guardians. The one looking down, the one looking up. It's cool. No, it's super fucking cool. Let's watch the original trailer because it's been a long time since I've actually seen the original trailer. It's been quite a while since I've seen the original trailer. This trailer was really good. It set a very good precedent of what to expect. All right, so I haven't seen this trailer in 2 years. So let's see what this trailer looks like. This is the original reveal trailer for Silent Hill F that they showed. Looks like a lot of the settings and stuff kind of keep a lot of the same atmosphere. It seems like not much has changed per se. Got the same pipe. We got the town converting to the other world with all the vines. I feel like it's more complete. We have the characters' clothing deteriorating. I feel like that was a concept that they kept very early on. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. This is the fucking phobia thing with the holes. Oh god. Right. Forgot about that. What the hell's it called again? I don't remember. But yeah, like this fucking image. The face falling off, dude. Oh, it's so fucking gross still. Tryptophobia, yeah, or something, yeah. This moment is amazing, yeah. Like it's so good. To this day, it still strikes so hard. So they've had the same character design, like they've had the team synth. I think the music was the only new thing that they added in, but or like the confirmed, but like the music, by the way, this music sting is so Silent Hill. But I love that. I love that the sting is still... Like, that's still so good. If they like it's like a remix of that. Oh my god. Yeah, it's on a Japanese. Yeah, it's Silent Hill's main soundtrack, but on a Japanese instrument. Like it's still fucking. It's so good. The first trailer they showed is still so good. The moment of the face falling off, revealing the inside of this girl's like head is so fucking creepy. There's that emptiness in it that you don't know like what you're looking at. It's fucking still so good. All right. So they kind of kept it. They have more of a vision here in this one. I feel like that face falling off thing did not really happen. A I want to listen for the music a little bit more in this too. Interesting. That's an interesting line. Whether their worth is justifiable is for you to decide. I feel like there's a lot of little glimmers. I'm sure the lore theorists are really going to come out full force with this. I feel like people are going to be dissecting this trailer really hard. Oh yeah, this thing. Look at the way this thing moves, dude. Oh my god, it's so fucking creepy. Look at that. Oh my god. Like, look at that. Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh my god. Like, that's a terrifying monster moment. The other world that's happening here too, fucking amazing. So it seems like you get a pipe here and then you fight the monster, then you go into this cutscene and you like pass out. Very Silent Hill 1, by the way. Harry Mason passes out a lot in Silent Hill 1. Don't know if you guys remember that. He's an EP boy. Oh, the doll monster. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, that's gotta be a monster, right? Oh! Dude, that's so creepy. Oh my god. It's like a mass of dolls. Can't think about it forever. We're running out of time. So there's a choice that she must make. Oh, there seems to be something with this boy that we don't know about either. The Terror? I've never watched that Dark Lord. What is it? What is the Terror? I feel like I've heard the name. Okay. Okay. I'm really vibing with this.
それではお別れを。あなたが幸せをつかんでくれることを願っています。
Oh! Oh, man, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, that's such a vibe. That face moment. Oh, that's yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. It seems to have a lot of the same inklings as 2 years ago. I think the ideas that they had 2 years ago kind of have been kept preserved. They haven't really changed too much, I think. At least from what I can grasp, right? But yeah, no, that like this looks like it'll be cool. It looks like it'll be really cool. I love that they're taking the series in a different direction. It's really important that Silent Hill kind of looks at the past with a respect and fondness for it, but instead of relying on it and making it a crux to kind of base yourself on, to base your story on, to kind of get stuck in the motions of being like, hey, we know Silent Hill 2 fans love that game. We know you love Silent Hill 3. We know you love Silent Hill 4. We're doing the same thing, but we're doing it worse. Or they're doing the same thing and they're missing the point of why that worked there. I feel like just being like, okay, here's the core ideas of what makes a Silent Hill game a Silent Hill game. The core concepts. We're gonna do our own thing. We're gonna go in a different direction. I really like that. Yeah, no, this looks cool. This looks really cool. The biggest shame is that there's no release date. If I had to guess, there's a release date in mind. I'm sure they have a release date in mind. I'm sure that they, as a team, they've been working on the game for at least 2 years. Probably an extra year before that, because they seem to have a pretty good understanding of what they were making. Right? Because like if looking at the original trailer and then going to look at the trailer from 2 years later, Silent Hill F has functionally looked very similar from the first moment it was revealed, right? It just feels more fleshed out and more developed at this point, right? Like they have more to be able to show us rather than just a concept phase, which is very much what they were going for with that with the first trailer they did. Like they just wanted to show us the concept and be like, hey, get excited, a bunch of Silent Hill stuff coming. This is one of them. If I had to guess when we could see a Silent Hill F release date, it's gonna be Halloween, October, right? It's gonna be towards the end of the year. I'm sure that's what Konami themselves is pushing for. I hope that they don't push in a way that makes it come out as a bad game, right? Because the biggest thing I think nowadays is people are very wising up. If a game performs poorly, they're going to be mad, they're going to be upset, and it's going to lead to some negative backlash. Konami is definitely walking more on thin ice than other companies. Like Capcom, for example, they could release a game that kind of doesn't work very well, like Dragon's Dogma or Monster Hunter Wilds. Like those games kind of run bad on PC and everyone knows it. But the thing is, the games are still running running pretty okay on consoles, and the fan base is so huge, and they're kind of live that like they're gonna get updates. People are gonna be fine, right? Konami, I mean, Silent Hill has kind of had the worst track record you could hopefully have in the world, right? I mean, you went from fucking Silent Hill 4, like the tail end of some of the best survival horror games you could make. And what's the next game they make? So after that, they make fucking Silent Hill Origins, which is the most mediocre thing you could play. Then they back it up with Silent Hill fucking Homecoming. Then they make Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which Silent Hill Shattered Memories, by all means, is not a bad game. I really enjoy it, but it's not a very Silent Hill-esque game. It's not what people coming from Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4, or even 1 are expecting in a Silent Hill experience. They want Silent Hill. You play Shattered Memories, you're playing a very different experience, and that's fine. It creates a very unique experience, but again, it's just not what people want. Then you bring out Downpour. Same year, you bring out the HD collection, and then the same year you bring out Book of Memories. And then you have the fucking audacity to, in 2014, show a teaser trailer for PT, and then you go fucking radio silent for 10 years, and the first thing that comes out since then was Silent Hill Ascension. Silent Hill fans know no end to their pain. Yeah, just in case of setback, right? I feel like the game has probably been in development for 3 to 4 years at this point. Ascension should have been. If it was any other fucking series, if Ascension came out towards the end of when PT got canceled, like PT was publicly canceled. Yeah, so it got removed in 2015. So if they removed the real nail in the coffin for Silent Hill would have been if they removed PT in 2015 and then that year or the next year they released Silent Hill Ascension, and that was the only thing they released for Silent Hill. Silent Hill would be a dead franchise. There's no doubt in my mind. Konami would have single-handedly killed the franchise with a fucking nuclear weapon. Kind of like how they killed Metal Gear Solid by releasing Metal Gear zombie game. The Metal Gear zombie game. What the fuck was that? Metal Gear Survive. And how that killed Metal Gear Solid for years until they're releasing MGS2 remake, right? Like that's the only thing that brought them back. Funny enough, Silent Hill 2 remake, hey, we bring back Silent Hill strong and well. Konami had nothing to do with it really, but Blooper did, and hey, they revived what would have been a dead franchise. And now look at it. Look at the prospects of Silent Hill now. It's never been better. But yeah, if I had to pitch a guess for what Konami is probably hoping for, they're hoping for an October. They're hoping for September, October, November. That is the release window that they're aiming for. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited about it. I don't know what to expect really. It looks like Silent Hill. I'm excited. I've said it like 5 times. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Thank you all so much once again. I appreciate you all. Hopefully next stream gonna be a lot longer, but until then, have a damn good one. Ciao. Bye.